Thanks everyone for coming. It's nothing like speaking towards the end of the crowd and everybody's burned up all your material. So a combination of what I have prepared and what I'm about to wing. So I love this town. So many people have come together to help us. And I throw a lot of stuff out there and people just grabbed onto it, took a chunk. I didn't have to circle back with everybody and ask them if they had done their job. They just did. Everybody gets it here. This whole crowd, everybody who's standing here, everybody gets it. We're all of like minds, we all think the same. So I accept that round of applause on behalf of everybody that dedicated themselves to making this event as awesome as it is. A ceremony like this has a lot of moving parts, and it took an incredible team to put this together. So I thank everybody that helped us put this together. I'd like to thank our awesome speakers. I am not an awesome speaker, and when I speak after them, I look like a total geek. But I'll go back to my speech again. A few years ago, my friend Steve and I, Steve Zaroff over here, for two guys that at the time didn't drink coffee, we decided to get together and have coffee and shoot the breeze. And we started talking about Nick's Bridge. And right before that, there had been a helicopter shot down in Afghanistan with a lot of Navy SEALs and Army, Air Force people. And one of them happened to be from Barnstable. And I was lucky enough to read in the paper that there was going to be a dedication ceremony for Kevin Houston, who was from Barnstable. And Steve and I got to chatting about, why don't we contact Jeanette, Kevin's mom? Why don't we see if we can do a bridge? And we did. And it was awesome. And I kind of got the feeling. About 15 years ago, I wouldn't have had a clue what any of this was about. I wouldn't have known a Gold Star parent if I tripped over one. I had no idea. Steve's help kind of took me under his wing and showed me what was going on. Taught me how to learn about Veterans Affairs, Gold Star families. God, it taught me a world that I didn't know about. So we got Kevin's bridge done, and all of a sudden we started to get requests from everywhere. So many requests, we actually had to come up with a name for our group, which at the time we didn't have. We had no idea that we'd be doing bridges all across the country. We had no idea that in just a few years we'd have hundreds of bridge requests from Gold Star families whose loved ones were killed in action. We had no idea that we had just launched one of the most powerful healing tools to a group of people that raised their kids to be heroes. I've had parents tell me that the bridge that we were doing for their son was all they had to live for. So there's never been any pressure either. We had no idea how great people would come together to help us accomplish our missions. People of all walks of life. Rich, poor, Democrat, Republican, independent, black, white, gay, straight. None of these things matter. And they still don't matter. The bridges bring people together. The bridges continue to bring communities together. We work together for a common goal, like we're all the same, which we all are. We didn't know that most of the time the bridge dedication ceremonies would be the first time that families would have the opportunity to celebrate the life of their lost one, as opposed to grieving the loss of the life. Grieving the loss. And what we came to realize is that is an enormous step in the healing process. We had no idea how much we ourselves would end up helping others get their bridges but the nourishment for our own minds and our own souls that would happen in the process. Sometimes I think that with the bridges that we do, that I may get more out of the bridge than the family. I love what I do, and it means so much. What we did know is that we wanted to do something for our country. We did know that by dedicating the bridge to a fallen warrior, they would never be forgotten. And we wanted to serve our country in the most respectful and honorable way that we could, as civilians. So we did. And that's just as simply how Bridge to the Fallen was formed. Our Gold Star parents who are in the audience, I was going to have to stand with Wallace stood, so I just want everyone to recognize the loss and then their dedication in turn to helping other families. Thank you for your sacrifice. It's the patriots of this nation that will make sure that your loss is never forgotten. Rolling Thunder, Patriot Guard, and Bridges to the Fallen, patriots. And we have a similar focus. We seek to honor and respect our fallen warriors, and we have your back. I'm not sure if everyone knows about how this whole bridge came about, so I'll just try to be brief here. It all started in the Shaw's parking lot. Now, I'm possibly one of the more ADD people on earth, and when my wife sends me shopping, she has absolutely no idea what I'm going to come home with. And this time I came home with a great story. Pulling into the Shaw's parking lot, I noticed this pickup truck that has Gold Star plates. I thought I knew everybody around here that had Gold Star plates, and I quickly realized the truck had a Harwich bumper sticker on it too. So I parked next to this vehicle, and poor gentleman thought I was going to attack him. I don't know what that means, do I? And I said, hey, are you a Gold Star family member? And he said, yeah, my dad was killed in World War II. I said, well, how old were you when your dad was killed? He said, I wasn't born yet. I was 7 months pregnant with my mom. At this time, the two of us are crying in the Shaw's parking lot. I'll admit, it must have looked a little awkward. I asked Skip if he had ever thought about doing a bridge for his dad. And he said that he didn't think that his dad was relevant, and he thought that we did bridges for people who had been killed more recently. So I said, why don't we do a bridge for your dad? And he agreed. Unfortunately, as things go, I was away when Skip passed away, and I missed his last phone call. There's a message on my phone that I'll never forget and I'll never erase from Skip, asking me to carry on and to make this happen. So with an incredible team that I had, Tony Schiavi, Deputy Chief, cast of many, we were able to get it done. And Sarah Peak, who wrote the legislation for us. Sarah Peak was totally awesome. Every time I've ever gone to her, has bent over backwards to help us. Luckily, we were able to get in touch with Rusty, who lived in Denmark, thinking, how's this going to work? But it worked. And Skip Burns, everybody's heard of the 6 degrees of separation. Well, I think of the 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon, but it's really like with Skip Burns. Because everywhere I turn, someone is a relative of Skip, knows Skip. Unbelievable what this man did for this community. And the sacrifice that Skip had. I got an amazing amount of people to thank, and I'm just going to plow through this. First of all, I'd like to thank our awesome speakers. My friend Tony gets a last-minute phone call from me. Hey, what are you doing? Can you go up to Boston with me? By the way, I don't like to drive in Boston. Can you drive too? Hey, I really don't know where we're going. Can you figure that out too? Probably sounds familiar to my wife, right? Yes. What a crowd. Jeremy Gingras and Cindy Williams from the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, I handed you a little ball, and then a huge ball, and then 5,000 huge balls, and you guys just grabbed them and went and made this ceremony as awesome as it is today. Thank you so much. So much. Dave LeBlanc. Unbelievable. Thank you. Chief, thank you. Jim Cummings, Jeff Perry, and Dave Neal from the Sheriff's Department. And another group of guys that I've had some crazy ventures before, believe me. I have a lot of crazy history in this parking lot, as a matter of fact. Thank God this one was successful. Thank you very much for the tent. Thank you for the support. Much appreciated, Sheriff. Cape Destinations, hooking us up with the buses, making this all work. There was never going to be room for everybody to park here. They jumped right on board. Jeremy hooked that up. Cindy hooked that up. Made it happen. Cape Cod Tech for letting us stage everything over there. They're like, who are you? Made it happen. Jeremy again. My request number 805. Plastic disposal for the outhouses, trash. And then there's the Patriot Guard, my friend Rick Wood, who, these guys deserve the round of applause that never ends. My friend Al Savioli taught me about Rolling Thunder. I didn't know about Rolling Thunder. I knew they went to Washington. I saw it on the news, but I had no idea what Rolling Thunder did. Al kind of took me under his wing, showed me what was up, brought me to the right people. Rolling Thunder, never forget. It's an unbelievable group. If you were that POW, or if it was your family that had suffered the loss, the guys from Rolling Thunder are your heroes. Steve Sarro and Brian LeBlanc and everybody from Rolling Thunder that came from all over the place, thank you so much. Lisa Connors, Kat Wilson. Kat. Thank you so much for helping. Totally awesome, as always.
Thank you for what you do.
Bill Galvin for getting us out there and let people know what's going on. Thank you so much, Bill. Lee and John McPherson, our friends. John McPherson, where are you? John McPherson, how many tours in Afghanistan?
One and Fort Iraq.
Our event historian, Richard Houston, who really worked hard to paint the picture and let us know who Ralph W. was. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank the creators of Xanax. I got this. I'd like to thank Tom Talismanic Sr. and his two incredible kids, Tom Jr. and Suzanne. Thank you so much. I have a special friend here today, Rob Allen, another great mentor of mine that came up from Virginia Beach, always part of Bridges for the Farm. He's taken on an enormous role in Virginia, where we have an unbelievably huge amount of bridges. Rob has taken that on. Rob is a patriot. Rob is a combat veteran. Rob is one of my heroes. Thank you. I'd like to thank Joe Zabielski for inviting me into his class, helping me to start talking about it a little bit, get his kids involved, and, without the kids knowing what goes on, things will be forgotten. Ralph died 73 years ago, and I hate to say it, but we were this close to forgetting Ralph. So that makes this celebration even that much better. I'd like to thank the Nicholas G. Exaros Young Marines for providing honor and respect. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Skip Burns, Skip's family. I believe there's 40 of you here. I think that's so awesome. Thank you so much. And finally, I'd like to thank Ralph Wallace Burns, a man who sacrificed his life for our freedom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rob. And our final speaker today, before we unveil the dedication plaque to my left, I'd like to introduce